Hey everybody, when I was about 14 years old, I was in school. Can't remember, it was about 10th grade or so. Or I might have been 15 or 16 because I just started driving a car. Anyways, it was about 10th grade, maybe ninth. So, yeah, 14, 15 years old. So I had this class, it was some kind of like social type studies, historical studies. I don't remember the teacher's name. She kind of reminded me of a blonde Peggy Bundy, like that, right? So in class, she's telling us about history and stuff. And she says possibly the first words ever spoken were by a caveman. And he might have said something to the tune of hubba hubba. So I have my notebook open, I'm taking notes, right? And I'm thinking, should I write this down? Is this going to be a test question sometime? It sounds like the most weirdest thing ever. So, she was talking about evolution and how, like, we possibly evolved from cavemen. And that the first language ever spoken, first words, might have been hubba hubba. So, it's the strangest thing to me. Apologize, I'm letting out the pressure out of my oxygen chamber. So my ears are popping. Here, I gotta let some out. Back here. Let it equalize a little bit. Okay, that feels better. Dasha, can you turn the pump off? Dash. Anyway, so I come home later that year. I come home to find out these videotapes laying on the coffee table. Someone had lent us or been at a seminar, and I think someone had lent my mom or somebody a videotape from Hovind. And it said dinosaurs in the Bible. So I seen this video, VHS tape, in the living room on the coffee table, and I was like, what in the world? It just kind of like struck me like, you know why it struck me so much? Because, I grew up in church, and I might have heard about Leviathan, the fire-breathing dragon. But the word dinosaur wasn't used in dictionaries until afterwards. Until like 1820s, right? Don't quote me on that, but I know 1800s. Oh man, I really gotta relieve this pressure on. So, what happened was, Dash, can you turn the pump off? Turn both devices off. It keeps pumping air, and I gotta keep letting it out. And I kind of equalized a little bit. It keeps pumping up. Can you unplug them? Both machines, turn them off. No, turn one off, the one with the switch, а другую из розетки. So I see these videotapes. It says dinosaurs and the Bible. Those are phrases that never goes together. So we didn't have like a family TV set in the living room at the time. We got family problems, right? Single mom, living with mom, stuff like that. So my sister and I, we had a small TV set that we would, I don't remember where we got it, but we would have to steal it from each other. So I got to take a butter knife and push it through the trim on her door and unlock her door and enter in her room and grab the TV and put it in my room with a VCR. I was like, I gotta watch this. This is gonna be some interesting stuff. And it ended up being Kent Hovind Seminar 3. And I had to watch the whole thing. And when my sister came home and she's like, what are you doing with my TV? I was like, please, can we just watch the rest of this without any interruptions? I gotta see this. So that gave me some answers. The alternative that I believed as a typical person that believed in God, right? I'm not going into like denominations or what types of faiths, but just typical person that believes in God, the existence of God. Just any person, right? You don't have to be the same exact denomination and faith as Kent Hovind, right? To believe there's a God or so that someone created. So it gave me some answers, and they kind of conflicted with what this teacher in school taught. And eventually I was like, man, we got to get this out. So I started like handing them out and letting people watch, handing them out in school, videotapes. And I gave some to this teacher, gave 2 over winter break, and said, this stuff has some answers and makes a lot of sense to me. Have a look at it. And she did. She said after winter break, she said she had to look at them. She returned the tapes to me. She didn't want them. She said she had to look at them and she didn't agree with them. And I didn't know what else to say. I didn't know what to talk, how to talk to her about it. I didn't know how to debate her about it. I had my own problems I'm going through, in high school. Didn't have a lot of friends, didn't have a lot of support, I guess, socially, family kind of screwed up, you know what I mean? Like, but deep down inside, I kind of knew, like, it's okay if I'm not accepted or if I'm, like, believing something different, because maybe we are not of this world, maybe we're put here by a being to have this human experience, right? To enjoy life and go through all this stuff, the good and the bad, and it's all the pleasure of having this human experience because we're spiritual beings. It was about 20 years later I discovered like guys like Wayne Dyer that would say things like, everything that is was once a thought. And I was like, wow, that's a pretty powerful idea. I mean, think about it. Look around, wherever you are. Everything that you see was once a thought or an idea. So if that's true, and it sounds like it is, right? If you just meditate on that, then we might as well be living in a single spoken sentence, which is what the definition of universe is. So yeah, I mean, even if it was the Big Bang, right? It's still a thought and an idea. So that's how I learned of Kent Hovind, and seen that there's some logical explanation to what most people believe. 93 or like 94, 92% of people believe in some sort of God or some kind of higher power, some kind of being. So creation science, Genesis Baptist Church, Kent Hovind explain some clues that give you an idea of where we came from, why we're here, and where we're going. By the way, I learned about hyperbaric oxygen chambers in that video, or video number 2 of Kent Hovind. And I thought someday I'll be rich and wealthy enough to buy one. And here I am, had mine for several years and enjoying the health benefits of it myself. What I'd like to ask all the people that debate Kent Hovind, all the atheists, is, what do you guys think about hyperbaric oxygen therapy or hyperbaric oxygen technology? I think that's stuff that even if you don't believe in science of creation, if you don't believe there's a God, I mean, you have to admit hyperbaric oxygen technology is awesome, right? I mean, do you believe that science, right? That's what I'd like to ask. Ever since I went to Kent Hovind, like about a month ago, went to his dinosaur adventureland, posted a video on my vlog. I have attracted some attention on my channel from the people that really don't like him or are debating him. And I want to say, like, so there's nothing good. Nothing. If you've seen those videos, the 7 series seminar from Kent Hovind, there's nothing good you can get out of them. I mean, look what I got. Possibly this thing has saved my life like twice from I can't even pronounce it, anaphylactic shock, which is a rare symptom, or I don't know. I don't want to say disease, but allergic reaction to insect bites. Which is how my dad passed away, from allergic reaction to a bee sting and incorrectly applied EpiPen. If he had one of these, possibly he would have been around today. Too bad I couldn't get Dad a hyperbaric chamber. But at least I got one for myself and my wife to reap the benefits, and maybe now you'll look into it, and you know what I mean? Like, I feel like many of the debaters that debate him kind of get really personal and like kind of make it political, when let's have just a civilized discussion about it. I mean, look at me. Like, I dreamed of having this thing as soon as I found out about it at the age of 14, 15, 16. I was like, wow, Michael Jackson has one, Madonna has one, sports players have one. Rich people have them for good health. And I was like, I gotta find out how to get one of these. And I did. And so many people have benefited from the one I own. Like, how can you say this guy is so, like, bad, when here I am enjoying myself in my own oxygen chamber? I just can't believe that. I just don't understand. Look, we've been in here for like, 4 minutes with the pumps off, and I'm still feeling fine. It's literally, well, I rigged mine up to pump straight oxygen. So, yeah, I got pressurized oxygen. Yeah, it's nice and quiet, huh? Now I dream of building a big one, just a massive one, which I could possibly do, and in the motorhome and in my bedroom, maybe in the semi truck. I mean, think of how awesome this could be. Yeah, that's all I want to share. Those are my thoughts. Let me know if you think this guy's really outrageous, right? If isn't there something good that he's done? Something, some idea. There's got to be a good idea. I mean, why do a lot of the haters all just say personal things that sound almost political? Ooh, he's got a booger or something like that. Like, grow up, you know what I mean? Like, even it's like everything has a benefit. In everything there is profit. You know what I mean? In all labor there is profit. That's an ancient proverb. And you ever meditate on that? I mean, how can you say the Bible's so incorrect and bad and wrong? And but that proverb, you think about it and you're like today, I feel like I don't have the most productive day, but hey, I got a chance to be in the hyperbaric chamber, which I don't always do. And I got a couple things done on my cars that I've been wanting to get done for a while. I know I didn't do too much, but so I still feel productive. I just don't understand these people. Like, would someone please explain to me in the comments the answer to my questions? All right, have a good night.